They're making Islam to have taste, not dry, to have taste. And when it comes to Sunnat, which is this is Sunnat, however much, however little, however beautiful you want to make it, make it. There is no limit to that. But everything that you're seeing, if people have some intelligence, from the lights to the candles to the flag to everything, there is a dalil. There is a reason, even within the Quran and the Sunnah. But leave all this arguing to the people of Jahannam. People of Jannah don't argue. You taste honey. That one didn't taste honey. He's talking so much about honey. You sit and you smile. What are you going to do? You're going to argue with him? He's saying honey tastes like this, like this. You tasted it. What are you going to tell him? No, it tastes like this, like this. You can explain. He never tasted. Now, as people of Tariqat, now we have to try to make them to taste. One way or another, this way or this, to taste. This is our responsibility. Easy way or hard way. Trickery or straightforward. What are we tricking? Their shaitans and their ego. Let them to taste a little bit. Our job is to give the message. And after that, they are Allah's creatures too. So, Allah has blessed us with here, with His Jamaat, with our Shaykh especially, of course. With him, everything comes. We are blessed, but don't take this for granted. Don't think it's always going to be like this. Don't think that this is always going to be like this, because there's always, whenever there is good, you take one step, 70 shaitans is there to break it, inside and outside. So watch out for those shaitanic things. He's not going to appear to you as a shaitan, he's going to appear to you as a friend. It's not that easy. People are celebrating Mawlids in restaurants and cafes. Yeah, eating, drinking. We're blessed with this. So, on the one hand, yes, we are saying Astaghfirullah, and we're asking forgiveness from the Holy Prophet ﷺ also, because we are not carrying the emanat properly. But on the other hand, we say we are also happy that you are here. That 1443 years later, we are still remembering you, Ya Rasulullah. Prophet ﷺ asking a question: who has the biggest and the most amazing iman? He's saying. The Sahabis say, the angels. He says, yes, they are witnessing so many things, but says, no, they are not those ones who have the biggest iman. Then they say the prophets. They say, the prophets are seeing this and this, but they are not those ones who have the most amazing iman. They're surprised. They gave some other answers. He says, no, not those. Then they asked, Ya Rasulullah, who are those ones who have the most amazing iman? He says, those ones who is going to come in the Akhir Zaman, that they never see me, yet they have faith in me and they love me, and they're carrying the Sunnats properly. Now the Sunnat doesn't mean dressing, Sunnat doesn't mean just giving salawats too. The Sunnat is the lifestyle, the difficulties, the attitude, the obedience, the sacrifice, the pain. When it comes to Mawlid, everybody wants to do it. But when it comes to holding on tightly to the Sunnat, which is like a fire in these days, most people, they leave it. They say, no, it's not needed. In these days, things have to change. Allah is merciful, He's not forcing us to do it. Don't be. We are called Ahli Sunnat, which means we are defending the Sunnat, which means the Sunnat is always under attack. They cannot remove Allah, and they cannot remove the Muslims from worshipping Allah. Even the mushriks were believing in Allah one way or another. But from 1400 years ago until now, what they're attacking is Muhammad Rasulullah. Once they say we can remove that, then we can control these people to their Allah. We can control that, what they're worshipping also. But with Muhammad Rasulullah, unbroken chain of masters holding on to their sunnats and their teachings, Shaitan cannot break it. It's impossible. You must consider yourself to be that candidate, that if the whole world turns against Allah, to be the only one who is going to say, I live and I die for you. You must. You must think of your lives bigger than your worries. America is making all your concerns and your worries to become dunya and small. Your worries should be the worries of the Prophet, not your own worries. Whenever you think that you have problems, your own worries, whether it's personal or your family or this or that, say stop, stop. It is true, but I'm Ahli Sunnat. I must worry what the Prophet is worrying about. To just think. Don't say, oh, it's none of our business. It is your business. Don't say, I cannot change anything. Yes, you can. What can you do? You cannot raise your hands. So you don't believe in the power of dua. If you cannot even raise your hands, then that time when you have power to change, you will not change. Definitely you will not. You always try to find excuses. Say, I can't, I can't, I can't. If you are sincere, from that one dua, you can change a little bit here, a little bit there. Before you know it, lives are transformed. This is what we want. Inshallah Rahman. May it be acceptable to them. We are entering into the Mawlid in a few hours. We're entering into the real time. It is the time of Tahajjud, that the Holy Prophet ﷺ, that he was born. Very beautiful, beautiful account, beautiful stories. How the birth of the Prophet ﷺ, who was attending to his holy mother, our mother, Hazrat Amina, the Batuls that were there. How the whole world was celebrating, and how those ones who were given the earlier books, that they were noticing in the skies certain things were happening from different religions, different understandings. They knew the last prophet is here. In the old days, you know the small procession that we have? How you like it? It's something, right? Simple. Of course, now so many, if this is shown, so many Muslims can say bid'ah, kufur, haram. They're going to say, what, candle? Is that Christians? I said, so before, what, Muslims using electricity for 1400 years? What were they doing? The Ottomans understood that. That's why they call these holy celebrations kandil. And during the time of the Ottomans, oh, what they were doing. I think this is something, they were going crazy. On the night like this, they were lighting the candles starting from the birthplace of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, his house, which they turn into a toilet now. They light and then they move out and they start singing salawats in the tahajjud time, walking, ending up to the Kaaba. And the Kaaba, they start making zikr. 40 tarikats are there. Circles. One starts, one ends, one begins, one ends. Until Fajr time enters. This is necessary for the whole world to get this rahmat. You understand? It's not just everybody is thinking personal. I'm thinking, oh, may I go to Jannah? No, stop. Sahabi Kiram did not just think about themselves. In fact, they put themselves last. They thought about what the Prophet ﷺ, his mission is until Akhir Zaman. In such an event, understand. Imagine this. Imagine if Just this town of Sidney Center, everyone stops. And they have a Mawlid like this. Maybe town of Sidney Center, they have several thousand people, right? It's unthinkable, isn't it? This whole land now filled with people, imagine. And the procession. And people making zikr. Now imagine if the whole of New York State is celebrating it. You cannot imagine. Imagine if the whole of America is celebrating it. Once upon a time, not too long ago, for over 1,000 years, the whole empire was celebrating it. From China, or Indonesia, all the way to India, to the Middle East, to Istanbul, reaching all the way to the West, Africa, whole empire, standing still in a night like this, giving salawats for the Prophet ﷺ. This is necessary for the whole ummah to have that protection. We stopped doing it. We became so proud. Allah is breaking our backs. So these traditions, inshallah, will come back. Like I said, we're going to be witnesses to each other. If Allah asks on the Day of Judgment, what were you doing in this Akhir Zaman when the whole world is going crazy? They are lost completely their identity. They don't even know they're white, they're black, they're males or females, humans or animals. You say, Ya Rabbi, we were on top of a mountain, just a few of us. And we were trying to remember our holy ancestors, and we're trying to taste the sweetness that the Prophet brought, ﷺ, and celebrating it. But we were not drunk. We understand what is worrying the Prophet, and we're asking that we become the candidates to save this world. Make that intention as big as you can. Say, don't be small, don't be stingy. We became very scared. Say, if it's only me, with Allah's power, we can change this whole world to turn into the other direction to Haqq. Make that intention, you are going to be rewarded according to your intention. Wake up with big intentions. Don't just wake up to say, I have to brush my teeth, I have to go to work. Wake up with big intentions. Go to sleep with big intentions. We are Muslims. We are believers. We are Ahl Sunnat. We are defenders of the faith. We are Hakkanis. The least we can do is to have big intentions. Allah will send the support. Don't worry. Inshallah. So welcome to everyone. 1443. Who knows what's going to happen in 4044? Who knows who's going to be here? Every time we say, let the sincere ones stay and kick away all the insincere ones. May we stay, inshallah. May we be sincere. But like I said, don't take it for granted. Check yourself. Check yourself. Listen. Because when something comes to you in this way, it doesn't come to you suddenly. Warning signs year after year after year. But if you insist on being blind, that time 40 prophets coming in to give you advice, you will not listen. You understand? May Allah save us from that, inshallah. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Al-Fatiha. Okay.